And I mean, ADHD has been around for so many years, yet it's one of those conditions that still have so many myths attached to it. So let's just look through a few of them. You'll obviously have the slide and you can do it, you can read it yourself, but you'll just look through some of these things. So we know that ADHD is more than meets the eye, and that's saying that what lies beneath matters, which you'll hear me saying quite a few times, is really applies to ADHD. So we know that ADHD impacts our executive functioning ability, and that's your ability to plan, to organize, to manage your impulses, as well as your working memory and time management. We also know that it impacts your motivation, and so people often think, oh, that you maybe you are lazy, you just need to pull up your socks, and that's obviously stuff that we don't really need to hear, but we still hear it quite a bit. And even in school settings, children sometimes tell us that that's what the teachers and sometimes tell them. So they obviously struggle to start on tasks, and they procrastinate, and they find it difficult to actually follow through. We also know that it impacts our emotions and social communication, and which obviously it's stuff that we need. And so regulating our feelings is so important, especially in social settings. And we know that individuals with ADHD do struggle with emotional regulation. And if we think of the DSM-5, which I'm sure all of us have a copy or should have a copy, the criteria for ADHD, or even the questionnaires out there for ADHD, seldom talk about the emotional side of ADHD. And that's clearly very important. And gurus in ADHD, like Dr. Russell Barkley, he often says that emotions is part and parcel of ADHD, and where we often see children having a diagnosis of ADHD as well as oppositional defiant disorder, for example. And what we find many times, it's not necessarily a separate condition, that the regulation or dysregulation rather that parents are seeing in these children, it's more because of ADHD and not necessarily a separate condition that the children have. So I think it's important to be mindful of that emotions are part and parcel of ADHD. Not that ADHD people have a different set of emotions. Emotions are emotions, but they just express them more intensely.